Welcome students, welcome to steam turbine class. We have already learned about the impulse turbine, reaction turbine and their velocity diagram, this kind of things. So now we are going to learn about the comparison of enthalpy drops in various stages, also the losses in steam turbine, the casing arrangement, this kind of thing. Okay, so let's start. Here we have assumed a symmetric 50% reaction turbine. So for symmetric 50% reaction turbine, the optimum velocity ratio rho optimum is equals to cos alpha, or we can write that is equals to VB by V1. VB by V1. Okay, we know this thing. So V1 is the steam exist velocity of nozzle or fixed blades. So we can write that is V1 is equals to VB by cos alpha, VB by cos alpha, and that is equals to, so the value of V1 is equals to VB by cos alpha is equals to 44.72 into stage enthalpy. Del H stage is the stage enthalpy drop by 2 to the power half, that means root over of this. So the stage enthalpy drop is equals to 2 into VB by 44.72 into cos alpha square. Okay. So now this is the isentropic enthalpy drop in a 50% reaction stage. So if we compare this with the isentropic enthalpy drop for a simple impulse stage, and that for 2-row Kurti stage, so we get, that means for the isentropic enthalpy drop for one second, therefore the isentropic enthalpy drop del H for impulse stage so the isentropic enthalpy drop in case of impulse stage is equals to 4 into VB, the blade velocity, by 44.72 cos alpha square. And in case of 2-row Kurti staging, we get del H 2-row is equals to 16 into VB by 44.72 cos alpha square. Okay. So these are the three values of enthalpy drop for 50% reaction turbine, the impulse stage, and for Kurti staging. So let's compare this thing. So therefore now if we write, so del H 50% reaction turbine is to del H of impulse staging is to del H of 2-row Kurti staging. Okay. So by comparing these three enthalpy drop, we get the ratio of these are become 1 is to 2 is to 8. Okay, so this is the ratio. Okay, so therefore for a 2 row Kurti stage is equivalent ideally for a 4 simple impulse stage and 8 50% reaction stage. Okay, the 2 row Kurti stage is equivalent ideally for 4 impulse stage and 8 50% reaction stage. Since the number of stage required for a certain total enthalpy drop, the number of stage for a certain enthalpy drop, we can write n is equals to the total enthalpy drop, del is total, by the stage enthalpy drop. N is the number of the number required for a certain total enthalpy drop. Okay, number of stages required for a certain enthalpy drop is n. So let the value of Vb for us, we are considering a certain conditions, that is the value of Vb is 320 meter per second and alpha, the nozzle angle, is 16 degree. So in case of impulse staging, the enthalpy drop for impulse staging is 221.64 kilojoule per kg. For 50% reaction stage, that will be 110.82 kilojoule per kg, and for enthalpy drop for 2 row Kurti stage is 886.56 kilojoule per kg. So according to the formula, that is number of stage is equals to the total enthalpy drop by the stage enthalpy drop. We can say that for the same output of turbine, the number of reaction 50 that means 50% reaction turbine stages required will be about twice the number of impulse stages and about 8 times of the number of 2 row Kurti stages. So the reaction turbines costlier than the impulse turbine for same output. Okay, so again for a same mean blade speed, that means Vb, the value of V1 is Vb by cos alpha for 50% reaction stage, and V1 equals to 2 Vb by cos alpha for a simple impulse stage, this one, second one, and V1 is equals to 4 Vb by cos alpha is 2 row Kurti stage for this third one. So the energy loss due to the friction is proportional to the square of the velocity of the of a fluid. Okay, since the fluid velocity is higher, is the highest for 2 row Kurti stage and lowest for 50% reaction stage, so the energy loss due to the friction in the reaction stage is the least, while that in the Kurti stage is the highest. The energy loss in the impulse stage will be in between these two values. Therefore, the efficiency of the reaction stage will be the highest, and the efficiency of the reaction stage will be the highest, and that of the Kurti stage will be the lowest, while that of the impulse stage lies in between. Okay, so if we write that thing, that is efficiency for 50% reaction stage is much greater, is greater than the enthalpy of impulse stage, which is greater than the 2 row Kurti stage. 2 row Kurti stage. So this is the variation of enthalpy. This is the variation of efficiency. Okay, that means the 50% reaction stage efficiency for these conditions is higher than that of the impulse staging, and the impulse staging enthalpy efficiency is higher than the efficiency of 2 row Kurti staging. So this diagram is the comparison of efficiency, is a graph of efficiency versus the velocity ratio of 50% reaction stage, the simple impulse stage, and 2-row Kurti stage. Okay. So in modern turbines, in this reaction turbine, so from this graph, we can say that the reaction turbines are more efficient but are more costly. Okay. So in modern turbines, a 2-row Kurti stage is generally used as a first stage. It follows by a series of reaction stages. Sometimes the impulse stages are also used after the Kurti stage. The use of initial Kurti stage reduce the length of the rotor. Okay, so that is the number of stages required in a 2-row Kurti stage can replace uh, about 850% reaction stages, and hence the cost of the rotor significantly at high expense of some loss in efficiency. So it is often called the control stage. When the steam at the highest pressure and temperature is immediately expanded, drawn into the region of more moderate pressure and temperature, such that the leakage between the stages is reduced. Okay, so the expansion problems are simplified and overall length of the rotor is reduced. Thus, it's a good compromise to use 2-row Kurti stage initially. Sacrificing more losses in efficiency, a large drop of enthalpy occurs in the Kurti stages. So, the remaining enthalpy drop occurs in the subsequent stages. So, the number of which can be estimated from this equation, that is n equals to the total enthalpy drop minus the enthalpy drop in 2 rows Kurti stage by the stage enthalpy drop. So the arrangement of stages for a 15 stage turbine is shown in this figure. First one is the 2-row Kurti stage, that means uh, nozzle, this N is the nozzle, MB is the moving blade, then GB is the guide blade which is fixed, then MB is the moving blade. Okay, this is the 2-row Kurti stage. Then the stages are the fixed blade, FB is the fixed blade, then moving blade. Number 2 is fixed blade, moving blade, 3 fixed blade, moving blade, up to 14, that is fixed blade, moving blade. So after this first 2-row Kurti stage, there is the reaction stage, that is from 1 to 15. Okay, so this is the arrangement of 15 stage turbine. So let's talk about the nozzle and blade height. So the nozzle and blade height depends on the total annular area required to pass the desired flow of fluid. So as shown in this figure, okay, this one and this one, so it can be seen that the area available for flow at the exit of nozzle passage is approximately, we can write, Hn is the nozzle height, and O is the gap between two nozzles. Okay, so we can write A is equals to O into Hn. Okay, so this is the area available for flow for flow at the exit from of one nozzle passage. Okay, and O is the width of the passage at exit, and at no and Hn is the nozzle height. Okay, so if you can concentrate on this portion, this P is the pitch, that means from one blade, the distance between from one blade to another blade. O is the passage and T is the thickness, and alpha is the nozzle angle. So we can draw a triangle, that means that is ABC, that's P, O plus T, and this angle is alpha. Okay, so if we assume that O plus T is a height, and AC is the base and P is the height. Okay, so we can write simply P sine alpha is equals to O plus T. Okay, O plus T. So the value of area from this equation, the value of area A becomes P sine alpha minus T into Hn. I have substituted the value of O. Okay. Now, if the number of nozzle is Z, once again, if the number of nozzle is Z, then if the number of nozzle is Z, then we can write Z equals to pi dm by P. From this figure, this one, so dm is the mean dia, okay, and dt is the tip dia of the blade, and this one is the dr is the root dia of the blade. Okay, so the total nozzle area then becomes A suffix n is equals to P sine alpha into 1 minus T by P sine alpha into Hn into pi dm by P. This is the total nozzle area. Okay, or we can write this equation into this form. So the total nozzle area we can write, that is pi dm into H suffix n into k Tn sine alpha. Okay, where this k Tn is the nozzle thickness factor. So similarly, the total area at the entrance to the blade we can write, that is A suffix b is equals to pi d1, this one, this the bottom equation, this equation. Okay, the pi dm hb into k suffix tb sine beta 1. Okay, and this k suffix tb is the h thickness factor of blade. Okay, h thickness factor of blade, or simply we can say the thickness factor. Now we are going to apply the continuity equation, that is an into v1 by small v1 is equals to ab into vr1 by small v1. This an is the nozzle area, v1 is the steam velocity, and this small v1 is the specific volume of steam. Similarly, ab is the blade area, vr1 is the velocity of steam, and small v1 is the specific volume of steam. So since this specific volume of steam is same, so we can just cancel it out. Okay, from this equation, by substituting the value an and ab, we get pi dm h suffix p k suffix tn sine alpha v1 is equals to pi dm hb ktb sine beta 1 into vr1, once again, into vr1. Okay, so that becomes hb by hn is equals to v1 sine alpha by vr1 sine beta 1. We have assumed that the k suffix tn is equals to k suffix tb. Okay, these two thickness factor for nozzle and blade, these are equal. We are assuming that, so that will be equals to 1. Okay, so this equation indicates that the blade height at the entrance is equal to the nozzle height at exit. It is customarily to increase the blade entrance height slightly. This is done in order to avoid the spilling of fluid issuing from the nozzles. Increase in the blade entrance height is called the overlap, and and is given equally at root and tip of the blades. This H suffix B exceeds H suffix N by 1.6 millimeter in the high pressure stages, okay, and by about 20 millimeter in low pressure stages of a large turbine. That is, the overlap varies from 1.6 millimeter to 20 millimeter. So let's talk about the steam turbine casing arrangement. So as you can see uh, in this figure, there is a steam flow is shown in this figure, and this one is the high pressure rotor and this one is the low pressure rotor with double flow. Okay, so these two are the high pressure turbine. This one is the high pressure turbine and this one is the low pressure turbine. So from this side the steam is coming and then it flows through the high pressure rotor, high pressure turbine. This high pressure turbine is coupled with the low pressure turbine in this portion. Is a couple, and then the steam is flows into the low pressure turbine. Then one flow is flows in this direction, another flow is flows through this direction, and then this the steam, and then after flowing through these two directions, then it comes to the condenser. Okay, so these are the two cylinder turbine arrangement. Okay, in case of three cylinder or three turbine arrangement, so first one is the high pressure turbine, second one is the intermediate pressure turbine, and third one is the low pressure turbine. So first, as you can see, the steam is coming from this side. Okay, then it flows through the high pressure turbine, then the steam flows in this direction through the low pressure turbine, then it flows through the sorry then it flows through the intermediate pressure turbine, then it flows through the low pressure turbine. Okay, and then goes to the condenser. So this is the arrangement of three cylinder turbine. This one is the four cylinder turbine with reverse flow high pressure cylinder and two double flow low pressure cylinder. So, and another thing, in this configuration steam turbine is present here. Okay, this one is the steam turbine, this one. So the steam is flows here, and then it flows through the high pressure turbine in this direction, then again it flows through the high pressure turbine in this way, and then it flows through the reheater. Okay, after reheating the steam, then it flows through the uh, intermediate pressure turbine, then some amount of steam is flows through the low pressure turbine 1, and then the another part is then flows through the low pressure turbine 2, this portion, and then it goes to the condenser. So this is a four cylinder arrangement, so or four cylinder turbine arrangement. This one is also the four cylinder turbine arrangement, but one thing is that in the intermediate pressure turbine this portion is the double flow type. Okay, so similarly the steam is comes from the high pressure turbine, then it flows like this, and then again it flows through the high pressure turbine, then it flows to the reheater, then it flows in the intermediate pressure turbine. This flow is goes to this direction and this one is goes to that direction. Okay, then the resultant flow of steam is flows the some portion is flow into this low pressure turbine 1, another flow the another portion of flow is flows to this direction. Okay, so this is the four cylinder turbine arrangement. with double flow, intermediate, and low pressure turbine. This arrangement is similar to the four cylinder type arrangement, but one thing is that one difference is in this arrangement this is a cross compounding type. So here 1 2, these two are the alternator. In this kind of arrangement there is two alternator is present. Okay, first one is connected with the high pressure rotor and the intermediate pressure rotor, and then second alternator is connected with the low pressure rotor 1 and low pressure rotor 2. Okay, so these are the cross compounding type arrangement. Okay, with reheat is present. This one is the steam reheater. Okay, so in this lecture we have learned about the comparison of enthalpy drop in various stages, the nozzle and blade heights effects, and also the casing arrangements. Okay, in the next lecture we will learn about the losses in turbine, and the first stage, the multi-stage turbine, the details of multi-stage turbine. That means the first stage arrangement, the second stage, and the last stage. Okay, and the intermediate stage arrangement, and this kind of thing. Okay, thank you.